Hey guys, so I recently had to make a new spline jig and I wanted to share it with you. So I recently picked up a new to me table saw and needed to make a new spline jig. So before we get started, what's a spline? I'm glad you asked. So this is a sample of a picture frame. It's just glued together. It's not a strong joint because you're doing end grain to end grain gluing. It'll break real easy if you're not careful. So how do you make that stronger where you can add a spline to it? So the purpose of the spline jig allows you to make this cut across here, and you can take another piece of wood and slide it in here this way along with some glue to strengthen that joint. That piece of wood you just inserted in there is a spline. You can also use a different type or species of wood to add some design to your spline, so now it has some contrast in the color. So back to my spline jig. This is my spline jig. There's nothing really special about it except that it's mine. I'm really proud of it and I wanted to share it with you. It's 3/4 inch MDF. It's a 90-degree angle here, and it's got 45-degree triangles on 4 sides, and then it's got the base. Now for the runners on the table saw, I'm using poplar, and this entire piece is glued together. So my trick whenever I'm gluing shop projects together for a quick glue up and I don't have time to wait is I'll use 2 different types of glue. First thing I'll use is Titebond 2, which is a standard wood glue, and then I'll also use Starbond. So this is Starbond thick CA glue, and this is the Starbond accelerator. So I've used this combination on all my jigs. It makes a quick glue up, and it also gives it strength over time. So for example, let's say I want to glue these 2 pieces together. What I would do is I'll take my Starbond and I'll just put a little bit on this corner and a little bit on this corner, and I'll take my yellow glue and put it in between. Then I'll get this piece out of the way, and I'll take my accelerator on the piece that doesn't have anything on it and just spritz the corners where the Starbond's going to adhere to. Then I can take these pieces, put them together, hold them for about 30 seconds. That Starbond has an instant bond, and the yellow glue will take a few hours to join. But since the Starbond's holding it, I can put this aside and it'll be cured, and I don't have to put clamps on it. So that's the way I put this thing together. All Starbond and all yellow glue. Worked out great. So on the fence design, this is the fence I came up with. As you can see here, it matches the V. On the back side, it has the same 3/4 inch MDF, and this is 1/2 inch birch plywood that I had laying around. It looks pretty and it keeps it lighter, on this fence. And the idea is I can just slide it where I want it to go and use a clamp to clamp this down to hold that in place. So that's it. This is my spline jig, and I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with the way that it came out. If you're interested in the plan for this particular spline jig, if you check the comments below, I have a download available where you can download the images of the spline jig and plus a SketchUp file. If you use SketchUp, you can use that to goof around with it. Also, if you're interested in the Starbond product, if you go to their website and enter Monkey Woodworks, you can save 10% on your order. I also have a link down below for the Starbond product as well. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments if you make a spline jig, if you tried out the Starbond, just let me know what you think. Anyway, appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you later.